Hey, what's up, everyone? Vic here, Mr. Hatman. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Simon Wood. We're going to be talking about the biggest problem that people are facing today, which is their short attention spans. And how can you get someone who's staring blankly at your website on their phone or at a computer to actually interact and engage with you without hiring 100 employees in the Philippines, as big companies do. So that's, I think, the biggest problem right now that we're facing as a society. And correct me if I'm wrong, Simon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Having this challenge that people have with engagement to actually cause them to take action, to do anything. Like, we've seen people stay on websites as low as 1 second, 2 seconds, and they're out of there. Not even enough time for the website to load. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a personal assistant just welcome you?
Yeah,
and people
absolutely.
will know that it's a robot, but if it's a really friendly and nice robot, I have a few questions about how your technology works, but I just wanted to introduce you and have you share a little bit about your story. How did you get into this massively, highly competitive bot space? And why is your product the best one for our listeners and our audience?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And coming to your initial question about when people land on a website, how to get more engagement and why would we want more engagement? I think the first thing to note that's quite important is we live in an age of communication. We all use messaging apps, whether it be Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, SMS, whatever messaging app you use to communicate with friends and family. So we're used to having two-way conversations all day on our phones. It used to be just face-to-face, but now, of course, we're typing mad. So with websites or sales pages or whatever, it's always a one-way conversation. It's a website talking at you. It's a sales message being spoken to you. So to have the ability to have people land on your website and have a two-way engagement, I think increases overall engagement on your website, which is going to increase people's activity doing whatever it is you want them to do, whether it's generate sales, generate leads, bookings, whatever it is that you want people to take on your website. So I think that's one thing that is very important and why bots are working particularly well. Moving on to your second question about how did I get involved in this competitive space? Well, we actually, when we first started, we decided to try a bot on one of our sales pages. So we had a sales page selling a product, and we decided to try installing a bot on it just to see how it would work. And our conversions went up by 198%. So, of course, that gets your attention pretty quick. Anybody who's trying to sell products on a sales page, anything that can increase your conversions by that much is really going to make you take note. So literally on the back of that, we looked into it in more detail and decided to develop our own platform. And that's how we've got to where we are now. So, yeah, to answer your first two questions, Vic, yeah, that's how we got involved. And that's why we feel that bots are currently working so well, because it increases engagement so much on your website.
Well, it must take a long time to actually think about all of the questions that a bot would respond to, yes, no, all these kind of things. How did you create so many done for you bots in so many different industries? Was it through testing and trial and error? Or did you follow a script? Because what I can see here that I haven't seen in other products is the quality of the copywriting is second to none over other similar solutions out here on the market.
Sure. Well, I mean, first of all, bot conversations don't need to be too complicated. Of course, anything to do with sales, if it's sales orientated, you need to be given the right messages at the right time and all that kind of stuff. But really what we've been able to do is just spend a little bit of time testing and tweaking. So the first thing to say is that bots do not take that long to build, depending on what it is you're wanting the bot to do. So what we've done is we've put together a bot that does various different tasks, from registrations for webinars to literally direct sales on a website to discount codes, whatever it is that the bot can offer. And what we've done is we put a number of different bot types together. We're able then to test them with real traffic and see where, if any, problems there are in the bot, and make slight tweaks to the content just to make sure that we're getting everybody click through every step so they get to the end and take the action that we want them to take. So it's a little bit of trial and error. That's the time consuming part. Actually putting bots together doesn't really need to take very long and doesn't take very long. And actually, if you think about it, with bots like live chat, people aren't entering into a live chat conversation or a bot conversation thinking, I want to be here for 10, 15, 20 minutes. They're going to the widget or wherever the bot or live chat might be because they've got a problem that they want solved and they want to get in and out as quickly as possible. They don't want to spend a yonks on your site surfing around looking for things to do or looking for whatever it is they're looking to find. So I think that's one thing to note. So it's a little bit of trial and error. Obviously, we've done all the heavy lifting on that. So we've got probably in excess of 130 different templates now that for different businesses doing different tasks. Like I say, it could be from delivering discount codes to collecting email addresses or phone details, to qualifying people so you can find out what their area of interest is, so you can really be targeted with your marketing, generating bookings. So there's a whole number of things that we've tested and that we've got bots on, and obviously not just different bot types, but also for different industries.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Now, is it possible to have the bot switch to a live operator mid-bot? Is there any way of doing that?
Yeah, we that's a feature that we do have. And this just means that rather than employing loads of live support staff who manage every single question or chat that comes in, you can use the bot to have the initial conversation with the people landing on your site. You can qualify them to determine what they're interested in, what it is they want. And if they're deemed a hot customer, i.e. someone who might have credit card in hand saying, I'm literally wanting to buy now, then that point, the bot can hand them over to a real life human who can close the sale, help with whatever is needed. And if the bot has qualified somebody to be a cold traffic, then they can just keep them in the bot and take them through and maybe collect some details or do whatever it is you want to do. So it means that your staff that you're paying are really only dealing with people who are generating your business revenue.
Wow, that's a huge benefit. That's an absolutely huge benefit. So Simon, what is the presentation about on Thursday, and why do you believe that it's essential that people show up in person? Because obviously we only have a few minutes here today to give you a little overview.
Yep.
However, on Thursday, you're going to go really deep into this. So maybe what are some of the top 3 benefits or takeaways you think people will have when they show up on Thursday?
Well, I think, first of all, you're going to see exactly how easy it is. So I'm going to go in and do some demos. I'm going to show you how easy it is to use our templates and edit them for your own benefit, or indeed build something from scratch if you wanted to, but there's no need because we've done all of that hard work for you. But I think ultimately, anybody who's working online, listen, there's loads of things that we all want to do, whether we're working in affiliate marketing, whether we've got an e-commerce website. We always want to know as much about our visitors as possible. And what I'm going to show you is how you can build really targeted email lists that are super responsive, super hot, and really active. And you can do that by using bots to qualify your traffic before you collect their email address on them. So I'm talking about having a bot landing page, replacing your existing landing pages where you can only collect one email address and it goes into one list. We can use a bot to qualify people first, find out their real area of interest, because even within every niche, there's sub niches, right? So just because you want to lose weight doesn't mean to say you want to take a supplement. So if you take someone's email address because they want to lose weight and then you promote supplements to them, you're never going to get that sale. So if you qualify them first and find out that actually they want to lose weight by dieting or exercise, then you put them in a specific list where you can target them with offers that are all about dieting or exercise. If somebody says, I'm only interested in taking supplements, I don't want to diet, then put them in a list that supplements. And then you can be really targeted and you haven't got any dead visitors, people who turn off from your emails or unsubscribe. So I think qualifying is really a big thing that bots can do, certainly in the affiliate space. But I'm going to show so much more than that. We're going to look at not just website bots as well that you can use on instead of landing pages, but there's WhatsApp bots, Facebook Messenger bots, and we're developing new bots for new platforms all the time. So we're going to dig into some of that as well. And of course, I'm there and available to answer any questions if anybody's got about anything at all relating to bots.
It was amazing. I love your software. I was literally able to create, launch, and deploy one of your bots from one of the templates, load it onto my web page in under 5 minutes. It was literally that fast.
It's copy and paste.
The hardest part was actually finding my password, and I just did a password reset. That was the most complicated part of the entire process.
The other thing that's worth mentioning is when we talk about bots, a lot of people think of a bot being a widget in the bottom corner, much like live chat. You see a little widget with someone waving at you or something, and you click it and you open it up and you engage in a chat.
Yeah.
That's one type of bot. That is called a widget bot. But you can have all sorts of types of bots. When I refer to a bot landing page, I'm talking about a full page bot that you have a full page with on its own domain or own URL, and all you have on that page is the bot conversation. No other distractions, no, click videos over here and links up there to click on. It's much like a landing page, no distractions, but it's only a bot. Then you can also have exit bots, so that when someone tries to leave your website, it pops up and says, wait, before you go, here's a discount code, or here's a free gift, give me your email address. And you can also have embedded bots, which are embedded into a web page, much like you would a video or an image or whatever, where it's actually on one specific point, much like an opt-in form. It's there and it's never going to move. It's at that location. If you scroll, it disappears. So there's lots of different bot types that you can use, and they each have their own benefit.
Wow, that's great. Let's talk about you for a minute. Sure. When did you first get started in the online space, and do you still remember your first online sale?
I do, actually. I first got started in around about 2008. So a while ago now. I first started doing sort of eBay sites and Amazon affiliate sites. That was my main thing. And obviously at the time there was loads of Forex products and stuff like that people were promoting. And I think I actually made my first sale in Forex, and quite a time to be alive that was. So here we are, some 13 years later, and I've been heavily involved in bots for the last 4 or 5 years of my time working online now. So I've mainly been in the affiliate space, but now focusing heavily on bot marketing.
And so if someone is just getting started, what advice would you have for them to sort of, there's a tipping point. When you have that first sale, you're going, oh my gosh, I did it. And then after that, you go, okay, well, now what? You have to get that second sale, the third sale, and then you actually have to start ranking on the leaderboards, and then you have to actually create your own product. And then it's almost like once you have this opening, if you will, then all of a sudden the world opens up to you.
Yeah.
What was that tipping point for you when you said, oh my goodness, I'm going to put all of my energy into this, quit my day job, and I'm just going to focus 100% on this product? How did that happen for you?
So, I think first of all, if we take it back a step, I think that the first thing that's really important to notice with this is that in my experience, in my 13 odd years that I've been doing this online now, is I don't see people fail. I see people give up. And I think that's the first thing. I think there's many points that I got to that I could have given up. It probably took me a few months to generate my first sale, and it was about $36 or something like that. So it wasn't certainly going to change my life overnight. But I think what it does is it shows you that what you're doing is possible. You're just starting out. So the first sale motivated me to do more, following what was happening at the time with product launches. And the good thing at the time that probably helped me, you say tip the balance, is when I promoted a product that had a launch period. So it would launch on a Monday, say, and then close on a Friday. And the good thing about that at the time for me is over a launch, if you get one sale, generally you want to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in one day. And then that probably happens all week. So I promoted a product. It was a Forex product. And I think on launch day, I got something like 12, 13 sales. It was one, and then one a couple of hours later, and then a few more trickled in. And I'm in the UK, so obviously the US is at least 5 hours behind me, so it got quite late. So it feels like it's happening much later in the day for me. But that kind of motivated me a lot. I didn't do a huge amount. I think I did about $300 during the course of the week. But what it did is it motivated me to reproduce that same process again. But I did it for a different product. It was still a Forex product, but it was a high ticket training product that was valued at around about, I think it was around about even $4,000. And my commission was about $1,500, or it was half that. And my commission was about $800. I can't quite remember now. But anyway, I did the same thing for that. And you know, I got probably 6 to 7, 8K out of that promotion. And that for me was the real moment where I believed it could be a business. Before that, it was all hypotheticals maybe, or a lot of talk. And yes, okay, I'd done $300 here and a few commissions there, but it wasn't ever going to change my life. As soon as I did a decent promo that got a good amount of money, I thought, I only need to do that 12 times a year and I can live. In fact, I probably only needed to do it 6 times a year at the time and I could live. So that kind of motivated me really to sort of keep going. And then it's a snowball effect from there, isn't it? So I think the critical thing is proving to yourself that it can be done.
Yeah. It's believing in yourself. And
like I say, in my experience, people give up. They don't fail. People give up before they see it. Before they're able to convince themselves or see it happening, people give up. And yeah, I think that all you need to do is get to that moment where you can see something happening and then you believe it. So if we're talking about building an email list, for example, you could have 10,000 people on one email list. As I just mentioned a moment ago, you've got sub niches within niches. But actually, let's say you've got 100,000 people on one list that's to do with health. I would rather have 10 lists of 10,000 sub niche email lists, because they're going to be much more active. You can be a lot more targeted in what you're offering, which means you're not wasting emails sending somebody who's interested in losing just belly fat information on supplements or whatever. They're never going to be interested in supplements if that was the case. So I think using bots, what we're doing is we're just pumping up any existing funnel that you've got in place and making it a lot more able to qualify people a lot more and be a lot more targeted at our marketing. So certainly for something like affiliate marketing, that's where I think it makes a massive difference for me. But you can apply that to so many different industries. We talk about bots replacing forms on websites, for example. I mean, who in the world likes landing on a page where you've got a long form to fill out? You can see, 14, 15, 16, 20 different fields. They want all these different bits of information. You can see it all in advance. Your heart sinks. Well, what a lot of people are doing now, I talked about embedded bots earlier. Instead of having a form on a page, put a bot in there. You don't know how many questions are coming. Everything's conversational, so you don't even realize you're giving information up. And, it's a much better way of getting information out of people. You can get a lot more information out of people. And, if I go back to people not liking to fill out forms, how many people land on a page with a form and think, no, not now? And then you've lost them. Well, with a bot, they don't think no, not now, because they've not seen the form. So the bot says, hi, how you doing? So they start engaging with the bot, and then the bot starts getting the information as a form would, but in a much more conversational way, like I say. So it really depends how you're using bots or what area you want to use bots in. But, I've not yet come across a website where we haven't been able to work out a good way to use bots that's improved the engagement of the website and it improved the usability for people landing on that website. So there's so many different ways that you can do it. But effectively, like I said at the beginning of this, we're not redesigning anything. We're not redesigning a wheel or anything. All we're doing is slipping bots into existing funnels to improve them and make them better.
I love it. Okay, so was there something you wanted to show very briefly on your screen?
You should now see our members area.
Yep.
Is that something you can see? So, I just wanted to show you a few things, really. First of all, we do have plenty of training in here. In fact, that's one thing I do want to touch on before I go into this, Vic, because you asked me a moment ago. We talked about people who sell everyone the same map or whatever. And one thing that I did notice quite quickly in my journey is that you've got lots of people who say lots of things before they get your money. And as soon as they get your money, they go deadly quiet. So I learned to follow what the so-called gurus do, not what they say. Okay, that's something that I just wanted to mention, because we were having that discussion. And, where after you've given people your money, they disappear, you don't hear from them. We have everybody who joins our program has a one-on-one call with me. So I spend one-on-one time with everybody. And we also have a live weekly live session held every Thursday or Friday, where we have lots of members come on. We do cross-learning. Some people, give me bots to review, and I give feedback, and we all ask questions and get in. It's a really good session. So I just wanted to make that point, because you kind of touched on that earlier on, and I wanted just to let people know that we do a lot of after sales care. But anyway, Just showing you this. The first thing I want to do is just come onto our done for you templates program. So like I mentioned earlier, Ross, we've got probably over 130 different bots now across many different niches. If I click on this drop down here, you can see all of these different industries or categories we've got. You know, lots of health stuff and money related. Property is a very, very popular one. And of course, affiliate stuff as well up here. I'm just going to scroll down on the page just so you can get a bit of a feel for the number of templates we've got. You've got the ability to preview them here. And if you want to use them, you can just clone them. So I'm going to choose one and clone it to my builder so you can see exactly how it works. So let me just come up to the top and say, I want to
say something affiliate.
Yeah, I'm going to pick an affiliate one. And I'm going to come down and do something. I've been talking about weight loss, so let's just do weight loss. So if you want to pick up a weight loss template and you hit clone to website, because it's a website bot, we don't want it for Facebook on this occasion, then what that's going to do is going to take that template and load it in what we call our builder. You can see it says builder up here. And this is effectively what one of our chatbot templates look like. Now, remember, this is completely done for you. But it is very, very easy to follow. Now, this black thing up here means that this is the starting point of the conversation. So this is what we call a message block, is the opening point for any conversations. If I just click on this, you'll see that it's going to open up and there's lots of lines of content in here. Okay. Now, I want to show you exactly what this relates to. So I'm just going to bring this is what I was referring to as a full page bot. So if you see these lines of content here, they exactly match what we're looking at in here. Okay, so
wow.
These lines are delivered one at a time. The reason I'm saying that is if you wanted to change that and say, no, my site's called Welcome to Lose Weight Now, then you could just go in there and edit that, save it, and you've changed it. That's now edited. You've edited some of that bot. So you can see that we have two little things coming off here. And that is because at the end of this point in the conversation, the bot is going to give them two choices. If they click one, they're going to come over to here. And if they're going to click the other, they're going to go over to here. So it's just like a flow chart, effectively.
Wow, that's beautiful.
From one place to the other. So you can see there's a yes here and a no here. This would be the yes, and this would be the no. So it depends on what they click is going to depend on how they go through the conversation. And every message block is the same. If you click it open, you can go in there and edit any of the content if you want to. So while we produce a template, we make it very easy for you to edit. And of course, we provide training on what all of this stuff does, but it's very, very simple. You can add images and videos if you want to. So it's
wow, you can add videos to this.
Sorry?
You can add a video, like put a YouTube link in there?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could you can add a new line if you wanted to and click the video, and then you can put a video, a YouTube or a Vimeo link in there, and then that will display within the content of the bot.
Now, you had another tab open that was showing a full screen.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Is that something that you can create in here?
This is what
it's got nice branding and everything. It's beautiful.
What you're looking at here is that. So this is the back end of the bot, and this is what it would look like on a full page.
Wow.
So, like I say, they click yes or no here and go one way or the other. If I click yes, then the conversation is going to carry on. And these messages are whatever is being stored in this block. So it's very, very easy to edit. You can tweak it, edit it, change the wording if you want to. Obviously, we don't recommend you do too much because they have been tested. But you can see, you'll get a bit of a feel like, the bot now is just literally offering somebody a free gift. So you can say yes if you want it, and it's going to take you through the process. You can click there to download it. So you're able to offer people download links. You can use a button as a download link if you want. But what I want to show you now is what I was just referring to a minute ago. So what the bot is doing now, it's sort of saying, look, I want to help you lose weight, but I want to ask you a couple of questions. Have you ever tried to lose weight in the past? Yes. Just like the rest of the sentence, we can add a little bit of humor in there as well. But what the bot is now going to start doing is actually qualifying people, find out what is their area of interest. So, it's already asking now, do you want to diet? Do you want to work out? Or do you want to diet and work out? If somebody says work out only, there's no point in sending them offers about diets. We want to send them offers that relate to, good workout exercises and all that kind of stuff. Maybe even workout products if you wanted to do that. If there's a new workout product on the market, you could quite easily promote that. And obviously, this is just a basic example. We could go into a lot more detail in terms of qualifying people. And then, of course, here we're actually displaying an offer. But this offer is going to be specific to whatever they've told us they're interested in. So that's just a sort of brief showing of how a bot looks, how easy it is for the end user, because they're generally just having to click. The only time they have to type information is if we want to click their name or their phone number or their email address, etc. And depending on how you're using it, obviously, in some use cases, you might want them to fill out a question or, a survey or something like that. But in this case, we want to keep it as simple as possible. And all we're really interested in collecting information for is to add to our email marketing list. So really, we want name and email address. So it's quite simple from that side of it. And the rest of it is the user just clicking buttons. But the beauty of it is, through them just spending a minute or two clicking buttons, we're able to gather a lot of data of them and work out exactly what their area of interest is.
That's amazing. Wow. And so then from there, if they want to have a live operator, they could reach one. But you've basically saved a lot of time in that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, just to show you very quickly how that might work, I'll just get a new block out because just to save ruining that. But we have a thing here that's a user response. So like I mentioned, you could add as many messages to this as you want, this block as you want. When it gets to the final message, it needs the other person, the other side of the conversation, i.e. the end user, to interact with it so it knows how to carry on the conversation. Now, so what we have is user responses. And like I mentioned, you can enter buttons, which is what we're seeing here. These are a button user response. You can do text if you want someone to type. You can put stars in if you want someone to rate something on stars. You can put that in. Someone to select a date or time. There's so many different things that you can get people to put in. But one of them is actually what we call human handover. So if you decided that on this block, if somebody landed on this block, it means you want to pass them over to a human, then you would just select the human handover, human response for this block. And then the bot would literally send the conversation to one of your bot operators and it would appear on their screen and they can take over the conversation.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So it's very
really fantastic.
It doesn't take a huge amount of time or anything like that. Now, what I should also go on to point out is you can see we've got 4 steps here. So the first one is our builder. And like I say, we've done all of that work for you. If you use our templates, you can edit them if you want. The next one is design. Now, you mentioned, Victor, there that the background. You can see that that's an image that we put in. It would be plain white without that. But you can easily just upload one here. We give you the dimensions. You can just upload it and your background will become that. If you want to keep it as a solid color, you can do that. And we do provide sort of gradient colors as well, but you can choose the color if you want to. You can change it there and have it however you want. But also some other sort of good things here to consider is we have this little bot icon, so that should be relevant to your website. If you've got a little character who you use on your website, it's quite nice to use them there. But you can choose all that. You can add those in here and do all of that kind of stuff. So we've got all of the design aspects in there. We've obviously got a settings page for each bot. I'm not going to go into huge details here, but you can change the title.
Right. You can even use your own domain. I saw that in there.
Yeah, you can add a custom domain. So if you want to have a bot on your domain, that's no problem. And then we've also got some nice features in here like email notifications. So every time someone fills out a bot, you can have it automatically emailed to you. So you've got their name and number on email right in front of you, just in case you need to use that. There's so many ways you can use the data that you collect. And I won't go into all of the details here, but if you want to send it to your CRM, you can. You can obviously send it straight to your email marketing automation suite or autoresponder, whatever you refer to that as. So there's lots of different ways you can automatically use the data. But also just coming onto the publish page, here's what would be your full page links. If you put your custom domain in there, your domain would appear here and you can just use that. And that is this link here that my full page is sat on. So that would look like. If you wanted to install it in your website, then we provide you with the code to do that. And that's just like installing any widget. It's copy and paste simple. We provide with all the details to do that. It takes literally 15 seconds. As you said, Vic, you did it yourself earlier, so you've experienced that. So
yeah, I did. I actually literally did. I went through this whole process. It took me 5 minutes. It was so easy.
Yeah, it really is. And actually, the most of the time you spend, which is nothing at all, is in the builder, is making a few tweaks. Because obviously, if you've got your own website name, you want to make sure that's displayed in the bot and not some random name that we've put in there as sort of like hold text almost. So yeah, there's really no work to be done on your side unless you want to get involved and get your hands dirty, but you don't need to because we've done all the heavy lifting for you, like I say. So yeah, that's the process of going through the builder, adding any design elements you want, and then obviously getting the full page link if you're using a full page bot. It's all there done for you.
Wow, what an amazing experience it would be to build one of these bots. Now that I've actually seen this quick demo, I learned so much today. Thank you, Simon. So we're going to put links below this video where you can get access to the, we actually call it Love My Bots. Love My Bots. I just actually bought that domain, and we're going to hook that up for all of you to get into the program on Thursday. So I love my bots.
I certainly love my bots.
All right. Bye, everyone. We'll see you at the next one.
Thursday.